Hello, I'm calling from the Trib. I'd like to confirm a quote.
Get me where I'm at in 2 hours. I'm coming up on deadline.
How much money was involved? Was it over $1,000? Was it over $10,000?
Walker, when are you going to learn to use a VDT instead of that relic?
I'm a writer, not a typesetter.
The VDT's faster, a lot faster.
You want fast or you want good?
Can I get both? Has anything decent come in yet?
A guy in Bel Air discovered a way to make his car run on water.
No kidding.
So don't get your hopes up. The car moved a quarter of a mile and the engine died, seized from rust.
On LA water, no wonder. A quarter mile to an engine?
That's just an estimate. Your mileage may vary.
Mm-hmm.
Rotten weather. Looks like Tacoma out there.
Looks like the end of the world.
That's what I said.
Why do I have good news?
Good, we need it for page 1.
I just hired Marcy Lockman away from the Long Beach Sun.
The consumer affairs writer?
So what?
What'd we give up, cash or a first-round draft choice?
Cash. You remember when we offered that guy from the Miami Herald?
Yeah.
A little bit more than that.
Really?
Not that much. She's coming in today. I'll introduce you.
Lou, have I got a story for you? It's so neat, it's so perfect. It's got a little bit of everything.
Take it easy, Rossi. On a day like today, you don't need a hard sell.
On the 15th, Supervisor Wendell Kirby went to Denver.
Right for the county administrators conference.
While he was in Denver, he took a side trip to Aspen.
So?
So, when I asked him how he liked Aspen, he flew off the handle, said he'd never even been there.
Well, maybe he hadn't.
The Glendale stockbroker was in Aspen with his wife and saw Kirby there.
Is the stockbroker reliable?
I would say so.
So Kirby denies something we think is true. Why would he do that?
Let me go find out. And if I nail it, can I get some real play today?
Page 1 good enough?
Rossi smells blood.
It's nice to see him happy again.
Sometimes a small animal, truck going by. Some pesky kids can set these things off. Usually they're trouble-free. And again, what sets them off can be a burglar with a gun. Shouldn't have any more trouble. It's okay now.
Do you install these?
Well, that's how I earn a living. However, the thing I'm really proud of is a little neighborhood organization we've developed here. It's called CATCH, Citizens Alliance to Control Hoodlums.
Does Catch have good relations with the police, Mr. Longworth?
Oh, I've always supported the police. Let's face it, they can't be everywhere at once.
But you do work with them. You don't make arrests on your own.
Oh, well, we'll detain a suspect. Maybe try to point out the error of his ways till the cops come.
Do you carry guns?
Technically, of course, the police don't allow us to carry weapons on patrol.
But do you own a gun?
Of course I do. If things ever get out of control, I'm not going to be caught walking around without protection.
So what do you do when you catch someone doing something illegal?
We have our own ways of making an impression on the criminal element. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we do.
Marcy, this is Art Donovan, our assistant city editor. You'll be reporting to him.
Hi.
Hi.
We haven't decided exactly where your desk is going to be yet. I'll get a copy boy to show you around.
Oh, that's okay, Lou. I'll do it. I've got a couple of minutes. If you want something done right, you got to do it yourself.
Oh, that's very good of you.
You know, this paper has really needed a good consumer affairs reporter.
I'm really looking forward to it. When I walked into the building, I couldn't believe I'd finally made it to L.A.
Big city has a lot to offer.
Yeah. Giant public utilities, thousands of car repair shops, and dozens of big corporations. Can't wait to investigate them all.
Well, go get them. Are you familiar with our VDTs? They the same as you have in Long Beach?
Not exactly.
Do you mind if we look over your shoulder?
Not at all. I'm writing my mother.
Oh, she got a terminal at home?
Did you feel that?
Yeah, I felt that.
5.2.
No, 4.8.
5.2, you got it?
Yeah.
5.4.
Not a chance. 5.0.
4.6.
No way. It'd have to be at least 5.5.
I'm in?
I'm in too.
You mark me down?
What is it?
5.5.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Reggie. How are things in Long Beach? You feel the earthquake?
That was just me getting mad, Charlie. You stole Marcy Lockman from me. You're a bum.
Oh, now, Reggie, you don't really...
You're a rotten bum. Hustling my reporters. You know that stinks.
You know, there's no such being a sore loser. I mean, I offered a good reporter a chance to grow.
I never thought you'd stoop to raiding.
It's a big opportunity. I mean, she will be working on an important daily in a major metropolitan area.
Well, what are we here in Long Beach, Pueblo? Let me tell you something. I'm never going to forget this. Never.
Look, Reggie, don't take it personally. I mean, it just shows that we respect you as a judge of talent.
4.2, okay.
Mr. Grant,
Ah,
did you feel the earthquake?
yes, we did.
Is everyone in the building all right?
Oh, no damage is reported. The only trouble was with the VDTs. We lost whatever copy was on the screen when the power was interrupted. But it didn't affect the copy already stored in the memory banks.
Thank heaven for that. I have these recurring dreams about our losing the entire paper when somebody hits the wrong button. Oh, are you checking out the collection?
No, this is for the earthquake pool.
Really? How strong was the earthquake?
Well, we don't know yet. Walker's check. I think it's about a 4.8.
Oh, no, much too low. It was more like a 5.7. Someone picked 5.7.
No.
Good, put me down.
This picture only costs $1 to get in.
Oh, are you suggesting I'm not good for the money, Mr. Grant?
Nuts. 4.5, epicenters near Saugus.
This is amazing. I never won anything. You owe me $1, Mr. Bishop.
See Mr. Gurian in accounting.
Supervisor Kirby, can I ask you a few questions?
I'm late for a campaign meeting, but if it's about the earthquake, there have been no reported injuries or major damage throughout the county.
It's about your trip to Denver. Why didn't you attend the conference?
Are you still on that? I told you before I did attend the conference.
But nobody remembers seeing you after the opening meeting. Was your wife with you?
No, my wife didn't accompany me on that trip.
Then who was that woman you were seen with in Aspen?
Off limits. Off limits.
Look, I don't care if you fool around. Not many of the supervisors look like they'd be up to it. I just don't think the taxpayer should finance it, do you?
I'm not going to comment on that kind of a question. No matter how many different ways you try to ask it, it's slander. Print that story and somebody will be looking for a job.
Let's see if it's you or me.
Okay. Now, when you've done that, punch in your personal entry code. What was your code at the Sun?
Oh, no. I was kind of hoping to start fresh. The code that they gave me in Long Beach was so dumb. I don't ever want to hear or say that word again.
What was it?
Cupcake.
It's not so bad. I'm sorry.
I want my new code to express the kind of job I do.
Barracuda? No, it's got too many letters.
You pick. Something that really describes me.
10.
You have a way with numbers.
This is hot stuff. Can you support it?
The hotel clerk read the names to me right off the register. 3 witnesses say Kirby was never at the conference, and then there's this.
She's pretty, so?
Not her. That's the broker's wife. There to the left. That's Kirby, and the woman's one of his aides.
Why'd you show me this before?
I just picked it up. Besides, I like to save the best for last.
It's not bad.
I always like to break a slump with a triple.
Well, I think of it more as a double, and you stole third.
Hi, Lou.
Billy, how are you coming on neighborhood patrols?
I should have something for you tonight. I'm going to start on it right now.
Good.
Shh.
shoot.
I'm sorry, Lou. I didn't mean to hit it so hard.
Lou Grant will continue in a moment here on A&E.
All right. Enough's enough.
Look at that. It's taking out the whole downtown area.
At least.
I think it's kind of pretty.
Just went on a hot story.
City room, hello. Relax, Rossi Power will be back soon.
I see.
The entire area gets blacked out, and Rossi takes it personally.
No, keep going.
Wow, it's like a giant dark room. Neat.
And for you, maybe, but what am I supposed to write with?
Yeah, I got it. Fine, thank you. Okay, cops say most of the city's affected, near as they can tell. It started in the valley and rolled right through the pass into town and out to the beach. It's a good story.
Terrific. What are we supposed to do, mimeograph it?
Any word from the Department of Water and Power?
I couldn't get through.
At least the phones still work. Why do the phones still work?
They have their own power supply. Burroughs! Where's Burroughs?
Here, Lou.
Stop hiding like that. You smoke, give me some matches.
I'm sorry, I quit last week.
Great timing. Walker, what do you use to light that pipe with?
That's the beauty of those things. When they don't work, you throw them away.
Lou, I got the Department of Water and Power.
Well?
It's a recording. They said there's been a major outage and power should be restored shortly.
Bulletin. All right, everybody, listen up. Check your sources and pin down how widespread this thing is. Animal, you got a flashlight?
Yeah, I'll get it.
Burroughs. Airports, shipping terminals, RTD. Billy, stay after the DWP. Rossi.
Yellow.
Check for political reaction, and then help out with the cops. Marcy. Yeah, you just officially started. You'll take notes for Walker. We'll get you a desk. Leon! Yeah, Leon!
Right, Lou?
All right, call the staff in. Get everybody you can.
We need some light. Does anybody have any candles?
Try the religion editor.
City desk. The little lights don't work.
Probably tied in with the local power supply.
All right, now, everybody, we don't know how long this is going to last. So just in case, let's be prepared. Fan out, hit the streets, and get some lights in here. Candles, flashlights, anything. Donovan, what about the typewriters?
They're all electric.
What about the old ones, the ones we used before the VDTs? Leon, the old typewriters, any stashed in the building somewhere? See, will you?
Get right on it. It's the press room. They had exactly 12 copies run off before the blackout.
Get them up here. We might need them. Who's got some money? Come on, you'll all be reimbursed.
Put my last buck in the pool, Lou.
All right, Lou. Easy come.
Thanks, Charlie. How about you? Oh, sorry, Mrs. Pinchot.
That's all right.
Say, you got any money?
Oh, I wasn't able to get to the bank today. Is everything under control here?
Nothing is under control. Come on, we need money for flashlights. Donovan, you've always got cash. Give.
Don't teach me to cash my paycheck at lunch.
Some of us were working through lunch.
Okay, here's 20 plus Charlie's 6. Here's another 20. Walker?
Yeah?
And another. That's it? That's not going to be enough.
Here's 50. Now that is it, unless you want to take the dimes out of my loafers.
Thanks, Donovan.
Rossi.
I'll bring you change. I got an idea. Ow! Father? Anybody here? Hi, Father. Father. I'm sorry, but there's been an emergency. See, we've been blacked out to put out the paper. I mean, we're the Tribune, and we've been hit with this thing like everyone else. I guess you don't know about that in here.
Sure I do. I just finished dinner and my dishwasher went on the fritz.
I'm sorry, Father.
How widespread is this blackout?
We don't know yet, but it looks like the entire city's been hit. Is it okay if I take these? We really need them.
Of course.
Thank you. Father, I'd really like to pay for them, but see, all I have is a 50.
There's no charge. Take as many as you need.
Oh, thank you, Father.
And any donation of any size that you'd like to make to our orphans, we greatly appreciate.
Charlie? Hey, Charlie, what'd you find? Oh, those are great. Great.
Why do we keep our emergency flashlights in a storage room in the basement, for crying out loud?
There are a lot of things we're going to do better in the next blackout, not the least of which is an emergency light in the men's room. Billy, what'd you find?
Restaurant candles. Thanks.
It all helps. Where'd you get these? Villa di Napoli around the corner?
Right, they cook with gas, so they're still open. The candlelight makes it kind of romantic, so business is booming.
Come on. City desk. City desk. City desk. Hold on a minute. Billy, get over to the Department of Water and Power. See what they have to say. Call in as soon as you have something.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead. Where you calling from?
What are you doing, looking for an honest man?
Here, add these to your collection.
How are we doing?
Well, we still can't do anything without power for the presses, but at least now we can see what we can't do.
Rossi, where the hell have you been? Supervisor Kirby's giving a press conference in 10 minutes. Get over there.
Where's my change?
There wasn't any.
$50?
There's nothing like a good crisis to fire up a campaign, right, Supervisor?
That depends on the crisis, Mr. Rossi. I don't see the TV people. Why don't we wait till the TV crews show up?
There is no TV. Their power's out, too. Be grateful for giant sister radios.
Well, there's one question answered. I guess we should get started. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention. We seem to have suffered a major power outage. The reports are incomplete at this time, but it appears to have affected the entire L.A. basin.
Have you heard about any looting?
The public is showing great resourcefulness and restraint in coping with the blackout. And we urge all citizens to continue to be patient until the power is restored.
When will that be?
We can't estimate at this time. And meanwhile, we are trying to clear the street of traffic jams. So, folks, please stay off the street so the utility crews can do their job, and that will be greatly appreciated.
Do we know what caused the blackout?
No, Mr. Rossi, but I am glad you asked. I have contacted the other supervisors who will join with me in asking for a complete investigation as to the cause of the outage. Now, are there any other questions?
City desk. City desk. City desk. Walker, what have you found out?
I just called home. I've got a freezer thawing. I just paid $300 for a side of beef.
Sounds like it's time to have a party. What about your story?
On the airport, you got LAX operating on emergency power, and Hollywood Burbank is closed down. Say the surface streets and most of the freeways are jammed. And, an 18-year-old secretary directed traffic outside the museum for more than an hour. Cops said she did a dandy job.
Okay, thank you. County General put out an urgent appeal for blood when the refrigerator shut down.
I thought hospitals had backup systems.
They do, but County General's is like ours. It doesn't work. Oh, over 10,000 people were stranded at Pauley Pavilion when the lights went out, but Goldman over at Sports said it all worked out for the best.
How's that?
UCLA was down by 14 points. He had $20 on him.
Okay, thanks.
Hi, Sarge. Looks like business is good.
Yeah, we have a sale on fender benders. Officer Johnson, folks, would you go with the officer? She'll take care of you, please. Go with her. Thank you. Take him in the back. Louie, did those reserves get here yet?
No.
Well, when they do, you send them out to Hollywood to man the intersections. Right.
Those things will kill you.
And acids don't kill people. People kill people.
False alarms. Are you having much trouble with vandals, looters?
Just the opposite. A lot of accidents, but nothing serious. People pitching in trying to help. Some blind guy let 80 people out of Yaco Plaza.
You got his name?
If I give it to you, will you go bother somebody else for a while?
Sure. What about the watch commander? Is he busy?
Oh, no. He's been sitting in his office all night just waiting for Joe Rossi to show up and scrounge up a story. Now take that and beat it.
Thanks.
Thank you all for waiting.
Here, Mrs. Pinchon. Sit here.
Fine. Thank you. Well, this is certainly a romantic setting for a press conference.
Mrs. Pinchon, in this light, you look just like Lauren Bacall.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Grant. So do you.
Excuse me, kids. Can we go over the budget?
Oh, why this question mark beside Mr. Rossi's story about Supervisor Kirby's vacation in Aspen?
We had to cut it from 8 books to 3. It's so short, it might be better to hold it.
Any news yet on what caused the blackout in the first place? I seem to recall our running articles describing why such a thing could never happen.
Well, in a normal emergency, everything would have been fine.
Emergencies are seldom normal.
It began when an earthquake disrupted 2 power lines in the valley. Then 2 key transformers were hit by lightning. They're due back online within an hour.
This also occurred at rush hour during peak usage.
What about the nuclear plant? Can't that take up some of the slack?
It was shut down for revamping the safety system.
Also, it was human error. At the DWP, they told me that a group of trainees was in charge of a key switching station, and when their station was overloaded, they simply didn't know what to do.
We've got some good stories. Human interest stuff. Acts of kindness, people working together, some heroism. Should be a nice issue.
The blackout occurred at 5:22 p.m. We were informed power would be restored by 6:30. It is now 8:47 p.m. and once again, power is to be restored within an hour. We have no electricity. If those presses aren't running by midnight, we will have no newspaper tomorrow.
Lou Grant will continue in a moment here on A&E.
Wait a minute. Just wait a minute. I can't believe we're just going to roll over and play dead on this.
I can assure you, Mr. Grant, I don't like it any better than you. Since the first issue this newspaper published 64 years ago, we have never failed to make the street with an edition.
You had printing problems before.
Yes, twice the Times helped us out. We returned the favor for nearly a month when they renovated their presses.
Well, this time we can't count on the Times to bail us out.
What are they doing?
They'll use their Orange County plant. It's big enough for most of their full run, but they can't handle us as well.
There's got to be a way. Instead of us thinking up all the reasons why we can't do it, let's figure out how we can. Now, what's the closest metropolitan area that isn't affected by the blackout? Give me that. Long Beach. Their downtown area isn't blacked out. That's where the Sun publishes.
Now, wait a minute, Mr. Grant. They have their own paper to put out. They can't typeset 24 pages for us in an hour and a half.
There are print shops in Long Beach.
Mr. Hume, you have an old friend at the Sun, Mr.
Washburn. Reggie Washburn.
There's the answer. Give him a call, Charlie.
Well, I'll try, but they may not go for it.
Why not? No paper would turn down a chance to help another.
They weren't too happy about our hiring away Marcy Lockman.
Then they'll love having us owe them one. Tell them money's no object.
Mr. Grant, that phrase always made me very, very nervous. But go ahead, Mr. Hume. Call your friend.
My friend.
Is there anything we should know about the operation in Long Beach?
Well, when you're down there, don't order the fish in the commissary.
When I'm down there, I'm not going. This is Lou's baby. Did you see the look in his eyes? He loves this. Whole new paper to put out in one night. He'd never trust it to anybody else. I don't blame him. I wouldn't either if it were mine. Yeah, stupid thing.
Let me take a look at that. Kaiser 650. I help get these things recalled.
I know. Yeah, I know, Reggie. You're right. Yeah. Everything you say is true. I really am. Yeah. Listen, now that you've got all this off your chest, how about using your presses? Really? After all that? Oh, that's great. Thanks, Reggie. He was really very nice about it.
Business is picked up. Where's the supervisor?
In the watch commander's office.
Thanks. Can you give me a rundown on what's happening?
Yep. People are roaming the streets, ripping off everything they can. There's been major looting in Westdale. They even knocked over a florist. And the gangs are just smashing and burning.
Why?
You tell me.
Uh-oh. Here he comes now.
I get your question. Just a minute, please. Just a minute. I have a brief announcement. Despite the efforts of off-duty personnel and the hard-working efforts of the reserve, there have been reported outbreaks of violence in some areas of the city. But rest assured that anyone caught looting will be dealt with severely.
I understand.
I've contacted the governor and requested National Guard assistance.
That should be good for a few votes.
In addition, about 30 minutes ago, I've called for a statewide investigation into the causes of this blackout. And I am the only elected official in California to have done that.
This is the last of the copy paper, Lou.
What are you talking about?
Well, we don't keep much on hand since we went to DDT's.
Tell them to start using stationery.
Okay.
Walker, is that Billy? I want to talk to her when she's done. Burroughs, any estimate on the resumption of power?
They moved back again. 11:45. The lightning did more damage than they thought.
That's a little more than an hour. Mrs. Pinchon.
Hold on a minute.
The soonest we'll have juice is 11:45. We have to decide now.
I'll call you right back. That would give us time to print here.
Assuming the power comes on when they say it will.
Lou, even if we can do it, it'll be expensive to use Long Beach. We'd have to cut out most of the ads and go with a small paper, 24 pages at most.
Charlie, the only thing for sure is if we try to publish here and we have no power, we have no paper. So will it be?
Mr. Hume, call your friend at the Sun. Tell him to expect company.
Boxes. We gotta get boxes.
Where?
The looters attacked a patrol car, period, paragraph. Firemen in the area were stoned by looters and beaten back while fighting a blaze in an appliance shop, comma. As a 6-block area of downtown resembled a combat zone, period. 30. Where's Nick?
Yeah, Billy. Come on. Tell Animal to drop you off, then take his film directly to the Sun on Long Beach. We'll do the press run from there if we have to. If we get power back here, he can transmit the art over the wire.
Okay, Lou, we'll be in pretty soon, I guess. There's a few things here I want to check out.
Come in now, Billy. I need you.
Hold it down, Rodsy. We're not going to have too much room in this issue.
Okay, so last graph. Residents of high-rise buildings were particularly affected, comma, since their water supply is dependent on electrically powered pumps, period. They were reduced to drinking water out of ice trays and fire hydrants, period. Some residents responded to the challenge by drinking wine and brushing their teeth with beer, period, 30. Now, what about my supervisor's story?
I think we're going to have to hold it till tomorrow.
Hold it. You can't. We'll lose our beat on it, Donovan. My source went to one of the TV stations, too.
Okay, but we're going to have to cut it. I can't use more than 3 takes.
For crying out loud, Donovan, this is the first good story I've had in months.
You're working on a good story. Call in when you get to the hospital.
What's that about?
We're going to have to use whatever we can on the Kirby scandal. Apparently, the stockbroker that Rossi talked to had an axe to grind. He tipped off one of the TV stations, so by tomorrow, everybody's going to have it.
Perfect. What else?
Well, now Kirby wants an investigation of the blackout from the Department of Energy.
You know something? You'll probably get it. Okay, Merv, let's get ready to roll. Hopkins, Burroughs, give the copy desk a hand. When we finish with these, come back and get the rest. Take everything you need, even the typewriters. Those guys down there have their own paper to put out, and there isn't enough equipment to go around.
What's this?
Oh, it's the fire update, but it keeps changing. Art,
Yeah,
are we really going to get out of paper?
we're trying.
I mean, that's really something. Nobody would blame us if we didn't. And yet,
Steve,
here...
who's watching your desk?
Oh, okay, Lou. I'm going right back.
We'll have people dictating the final updates when we get settled in Long Beach.
Right.
We've got to be ready by 12. With the additions the Sun has to put out, there's no leeway in press time.
Cutting it pretty close.
Yeah. Ready, Matt?
No, but why should that stop us?
Good luck, Mr. Grant.
Thanks. Gimme. You know, it's crazy. This started out to be a pretty slow news day, then bang! It turns into the kind of day you dream about for years.
It is, isn't it? You're gonna have fun down there.
What do you mean I'm gonna have fun? You're the one who's going.
Oh, Lou, I couldn't take that away from you.
What do you mean take it away from me? That's a lot of work.
Okay, before you change your mind, I'll go. Lou, really,
Good luck, Art. Here! Take it away, you loaded!
Lou Grant will continue in a moment here on A&E.
Joe Rossi, Tribune. Jarrett Longworth. Okay now, I guess. Took one in the leg.
You security guard?
Sort of. I started the neighborhood group in Westdale. The CATS program.
How did that happen?
I was on patrol. Chased this guy who was trying to break into a house. I just drew my gun and he steps out of the shadows and fires. I don't know, I think I winged him, too.
Sounds like a close call.
Yeah, but that's the risks. Sorry, I can't give you any more. They gave me something. I feel a little dopey.
Take it easy.
This guy tell you he's a hero?
Well, he said he got shot by a prowler.
Right. Bullet entered the back of the cap on a downward angle. Powder burns on his pants. Damn fool shot himself, if you ask me. Want some coffee?
Sure. This looks a little primitive to me.
A lot primitive. First we lost power, then the backup system failed, then the backup system to the backup system stayed on 20 minutes and died.
You operate under these conditions.
The tricky stuff we send to St. Elizabeth and Mercy. We wouldn't even have this much without Supervisor Kirby.
Kirby?
I know. He's not exactly my type either, but when he heard that we were in a jam, he ordered all that equipment. Got through the red tape just like that. We were back in business 15 minutes after the lights went out. Got to give him points for that.
Sit down. Oh, yeah, hello, Rossi. Oh, no, that's all right. I can take it.
What'd you say?
Sluggett's surgery.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Hampered when hospital backup systems failed, medical personnel at uppercase, county general jury-rigged an emergency center in the parking lot to take care of the casualties which occurred during the blackout period paragraph. There was a cop in a coma, coma, comma. Hey, Charlie, you haven't taken dictation in a long time. You sure you want to do this?
Just give me the story, Rossi. You don't forget how to do this.
Too much for page 1, Charlie.
How about if we cut Billy's story down?
That will be enough. I'm getting a lot of art in. I want to play it big.
Well, then we'll just have to kick Rossi's piece on Kirby inside.
Maybe he won't notice.
Who's that? Oh, that's Rick Danbury, The Times. He's doing a story.
What kind of a story?
Another newspaper's trying to put out a paper. Seems we're news.
City desk. Just a minute.
Rick, have you seen the way our financial section is handling this?
Lou Grant will continue in a moment here on A&E.
How you coming with that layout?
Oh, it won't work, Lou. The Sun's column sizes are larger, and they use different type. Half our headlines don't even fit.
Copy.
Any change on when you'll have power?
They still claim 11:45. Listen, we have a Times reporter here. They're doing a story on us. I'd sure hate to get beat on a story about us in some other paper.
Gotcha. I'll put Walker on a story about how we're doing this down here. I'd like to keep this line open. The Sun switchboard is really jammed. It's tough getting in or out.
I want to keep this line open.
We're still hoping for 11:45. Then we can get a lot of stuff right off the wire.
You better do more than hope. I can't guarantee a thing after midnight.
Hey, far clear is page 6. They're screaming for page 6. I thought you shipped it.
I'm proofing it. It'll be there in a minute.
All right, all right.
Oh, I'm glad you made it. What do you got?
I got some really good looting stuff. Where's the dark room?
Dark room's over there off to the left.
Thanks.
What's taking you so long?
I'm not used to your sizes, and your layout's got me crazy. I could use a little help.
Oh, you L.A. guys, you know you steal my reporters. You try to muscle in on my circulation and advertising areas. And then you use my hospitality and use my people.
Listen, Reggie, I just want to remind you, we've got a big city newspaper we're trying to get out here. You don't realize what a break it is for you to have us do this here. You could watch and learn from us, and it won't cost you a cent.
L.A. Tribune Annex. Well, get it up here right away, will you? They need it. That stuff ready to go?
Yeah. Thanks, Reggie.
You gotta get this thing in time. There's all the difference. They're really under pressure, so get the thing moving as fast as you can.
Looks like Macy's in here.
I guess it does it that. You getting everything you need? I asked the governor to ask the president to declare certain parts of the city disaster areas. That should help people rebuild with low-cost federal loans.
What's the odds of that happening?
Pretty good. It's an election year.
You know, the timing of this blackout wasn't too bad for you, was it, Supervisor?
Well, it wasn't too bad for you either, Rossi. You got a good story out of it.
No, don't! That was our link to Long Beach.
Hello, Lou.
What's the matter?
We lost our line to Long Beach. Their switchboard's jammed.
Any news? Nothing yet. Listen, can we hold off till about 10 past midnight? I'm sure to get through by then.
Oh, if you don't roll by 12, forget it. You've got to be out of here. We have our own paper to get out.
Do you mean they have no authorization to start the presses until they hear from you? Whose idea was that?
It was mine, and it was dumb.
Well?
I can't make contact.
Oh, you're out of time, Donovan. What do you want to do?
I don't ever want to make a decision like this again. Roll. Donovan.
Art, I got him on Reggie's private line, line 2. Art, I got you. We've been trying to reach you.
Donovan, roll. Don't wait another second. Roll.
It's too late, Lou.
What do you mean it's too late? It's only a couple of minutes after 12.
They're already rolling.
Art, you did it.
Huh? Isn't he wonderful? You're wonderful.
This is terrific.
It's better than terrific.
What on earth are you eating?
Soup. It used to be ice cream.
We liberated it from the cafeteria. You have your choice of vanilla fudge, Rocky Road, or Neapolitan.
Which do you suppose goes best with cognac?
Anything goes with cognac.
Hey.
Here, let me. Here's yours.
Listen, we're gonna want a toast.
To our victory tonight.
To a paper on the streets every day for 64 years.
To modern technology. Doesn't take much to knock us back 200 years.
Paper, mister?
May I have a couple of copies? I'd like to keep one.
We beat the Times on the street.
I'm not even gonna think about what it cost.
How was Long Beach?
They're dying without you. Rossi, I'm sorry about your story on the supervisor. We had to dump it.
You know something? As a reader, I miss it.
Walker's story on how we published looks good. Where is he? He's a good man.
That's one of the prices we had to pay. Reggie Washburn liked him, too. He recruited him. He's now the chief rewrite man for the Sun.
That's ridiculous. He can't do that. Well, that's...
Unethical, Mr. Hume.
He races cars, sells popcorn, and has set many a girl's heart aflutter. It's Paul Newman, tonight on an all-new biography. Now, a police chief's up against an angry anti-cop crowd. John Forsythe stars in Police Story, next on A&E.
Nothing cleans stains better than Clark's bleach.